The Algerian War of Independence was one of the most brutal and transformative conflicts of the 20th century. This 8-year struggle reshaped the political landscape of North Africa and marked the end of France's colonial empire. French colonization of Algeria began in 1830, establishing a system of settler colonialism that lasted for over a century. The native Algerian population, predominantly Arab and Berber, faced discrimination, economic exploitation, and political marginalization under French rule. By the mid-20th century, tensions between the French colonists, known as Pieds Noirs, and the Algerian population had reached a boiling point. The rise of Algerian nationalism, coupled with the wave of decolonization sweeping across Africa and Asia, set the stage for a violent confrontation. The war officially began on November 1, 1954, when the newly formed National Liberation Front, or FLN, launched a series of coordinated attacks against French military and civilian targets. This marked the start of a guerrilla warfare campaign that would last for nearly 8 years. The conflict was characterized by its brutality on both sides. The FLN employed terrorist tactics against French civilians and Algerians suspected of collaborating with the colonial government. In response, the French military engaged in widespread torture, summary executions, and forced resettlement of Algerian civilians. Key figures in the war included Ahmed Ben Bella, one of the founding members of the FLN, who later became Algeria's first president, and French President Charles de Gaulle, who initially came to power promising to keep Algeria French, but ultimately negotiated its independence. The war had a profound impact on both Algeria and France. In Algeria, it resulted in hundreds of thousands of deaths and displaced over 2 million people. The conflict deeply scarred the nation's psyche and shaped its post-independence political landscape. In France, the war led to political instability, including a failed military coup against de Gaulle in 1961. It also forced France to confront the realities of its colonial past and reshape its global role in the post-colonial era. The Algerian War of Independence finally ended with the Evian Accords of March 1962, which granted Algeria its independence. However, the aftermath was marked by continued violence, including reprisals against Algerians who had supported French rule, and the mass exodus of Pieds Noirs from Algeria. Today, the Algerian War of Independence stands as a pivotal moment in the history of both Algeria and France. It serves as a stark reminder of the human cost of colonialism and the complex legacies that continue to shape international relations and national identities decades after its conclusion.